Have you ever been told to reset your servers and wondered what that meant? Or have you ever wondered just how to actually get items to respawn? There's no rhyme or reason how it happens, or you don't know how it works. Well, if you're collecting something like garden gnomes for a daily or weekly challenge and you just cannot find anymore, and you're like, I just picked up all these garden gnomes, but I need 3 more and I can't find them, I have a solution for you. It also includes the asylum dresses, believe it or not. As you can see, I did just pick up those 4 garden gnomes, so they're not going to be in this world anymore. And if I went to my private server, it would be the exact same story. So I will head into my private server so that way you guys can see it. And we'll fast forward like 500% so you can see I'm not cheating. Alright, so here I am in my private server. They're still missing because, well, I just picked them up. And just because I switched to a private server doesn't mean that they're just going to respawn. Let me teach you how to respawn just about anything, including asylum uniforms. Alright, so the way that actually making your server reset or having items respawn is that you need to pick up 255 items. Now, it can't be water or anything like that, but this will make items inside of containers respawn. The asylum dresses have a chance to respawn, so like if you found one and you're trying to get another one in that same location, you might as well go ahead and reset your server so that way you increase your odds of actually getting another asylum dress. They possibly could be that red one. Anyway, this is how you do it. You gotta pick up 255 items. The fastest way to do it is at Summersville, but you can do it anywhere. And this is the other thing that you need to understand, is that once you do this house, you have to start picking up the 255 items again, or else the next time you come in here, some of these will probably still be missing if you've only picked up a couple items in between coming back. So like if you pick up an asylum uniform and then you come over here, you reset, you find another one, and you go to reset that one, when you come back the second time, most of this stuff will be missing. And so to prevent that, you definitely, well, this guy doesn't know how to get out of the door apparently. You know, ghouls. Can't live with them, can't live without them. Anyway, you do need to pick up 255 items. So what I do is I come over here and I just pick up everything in this house because it is very quick, very easy, but at the same time, like, you can do this anywhere. I have several locations that actually do this, and it doesn't really matter. Once you start doing one location, as long as there's 255 items in there, you can get something other than cloth. I mean, there's just so much, you know, almost all this is books. Like, I pick up all this other stuff too. A lot of players don't do that, but I do because that means that I'll be, you know, that much closer to resetting this area if I need to use it again. But you can use any area that you want. I like to use Helvetia. That's just a personal preference because there's salt and pepper there and all sorts of stuff that I actually can use. And I enjoy going over there, so that's one of the places I like to loot. But I will, on occasion, loot this area just because, like I said, it is fast and easy. Cap stash right there. There's also a possibility for a bobblehead to actually spawn on that outhouse, which is why I looked in the back when I first went around, because it's on the top back of the outhouse is where it spawns up at, if it pops up there. He is on top of my books. Look at that. Rude. Alright, so once you have those 255 items, in order to get your server to reset, like I just came from my, private world into a public world, and the private world did not have the gnomes. When I got here, I didn't have the gnomes. So what I'll do is I'll have to actually scrap all this stuff so that way I can get over here. You can see that I have a ton of items. There's 166 burnt books, 122 burnt textbooks, and I'm just going to scrap all that. It's almost all cloth, which is why I go ahead and start picking up the other stuff. Alright, so now that I'm in place, I have, picked up over 255 items, and I am going to go and leave and go to a different server. Now, since gnomes are actually one of the things that people are looking for today, the chances of me actually being able to find gnomes in this location are pretty slim, so I'm going to go back into my private server so that way we can see if it's actually there. So hang tight as I do that, and we'll fast forward again. Just so we don't have anybody, interrupting us. So what we'll do is we'll head up here, and the gnomes will all be back. Wrong location. A little bit further. Apparently I got some deer up here. I think they're going to attack me too. Alright, and as you can see, here's all 4 of those gnomes. Oh, yep, there they are. Being rude. Anyway, here's all 4 of the gnomes. I'm in my private server like you guys saw me go into. Anyway, if you want to respawn these after you pick them up again, you'll have to go and start picking up those 255 items. Like I was saying, if I head over here back to the location I was at before at Summersville, when I head back in here, a bunch of those items that I picked up are going to be missing because I need to pick up an additional 255 items in order to get these to respawn. So as you can see, there's a bunch of stuff missing, but I did pick up a ton of stuff, so a bunch of it is actually here. But some of that stuff I picked up downstairs, we'll go down there and look real quick, will be missing, because that was the last place I picked up items. So as you can see, these are all missing, but since I picked everything up, I'm that much closer to getting it all done again, and since there's enough books, I can go ahead and it'll keep me from having to, reset the entire server, in a whole different location. So if you pick it all up in one go and you're planning on, keep on farming the same item or what have you, you definitely need to pick up all the items, and plus it just gives you a little bit of variation in your junk. You don't have to scrap it, obviously. You can throw it on the ground, you can do whatever you want. But right here is where that bobblehead normally spawns in at, if it's going to spawn in. So, alright guys, hopefully you found this informative and now you know how to reset your servers. I hope you enjoy, and if you have any further questions, just let me know. I'd like to take a moment to thank all my channel members, the Deathclaws. Thank you guys so much for having my back. And I'd like to take a moment to welcome all my newest channel members to the Glowing Deathclaws. We have Lone Dragon and Wyatt Medley. And upgrading from Baby Deathclaw to Glowing is Angelica Coon and Jesse Esplaya. And to the Baby Deathclaws, A. Dameron. Thank you guys so much for being Deathclaws. I love you guys.